Today we are going to try an experiment. I'm going to make up a whole pot of this, but we're only going to freeze dry one tray because I don't know if it's going to explode or not. And this is not my recipe. This is one I got from Price Chopper. They emailed me a recipe for mulled orange spiced apple cider, and it just sounded so good that I would like to try and freeze dry that and be able to drink that warm at any time of the year. So I want to put some stipulations on this. For sure, do not use your silicone molds because they'll be too thick. Temptation would be to make those nice pretty little pucks, but I'll just about guarantee that those are too thick and they'll explode. So we're going to put 4 cups per tray, but we're going to put it in a tray, make it as thin of a layer as possible. The second stipulation I'm going to say is I have available to me apple cider that is not pasteurized and it's not made from concentrate. It's 100% pure apple cider, no additives, no concentration, no nothing. It's just apple cider. If you can get that, get that. Your second best bet would, and this same company that makes this also make a pasteurized one, but I've done this apple cider before and I think it expanded a little bit and I used the unpasteurized, so I'm going to stick with what I know I think I can get away with. So let's go to this recipe for mulled orange spiced apple cider. First thing we need is 1 gallon of apple cider. Okay, and that is in the crock pot. Then we need 2 cups of cranberry juice, and again I stuck with 100% juice, no sugar added, and that is what I would recommend. If we have any hopes of success, we want to avoid adding sugar. So 2 cups of cranberry juice. And 2. One cup of freshly squeezed orange juice. So I went with a pulp-free, simply orange, not from concentrate, orange juice. 100% orange juice. 1 cup. Alright, that is all the juices added. Now we got 2 navel oranges, and we are just going to cut one of these up into slices. Okay. Now, 5 cinnamon sticks. And it called for 5-star anise. And I looked up online, and if you have anise extract, it is about 1/4 to 1/2 of the extra teaspoon of the extract is equal to 1 anise. So what I'm going to do is find the happy in between on that. We need 5. So I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of this anise. And I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but that's all I got. It's kind of like a Chinese licorice flavoring type thing. Alright, put that in there. 1 tablespoon of whole cloves. And we're going to put the allspice in first. 1 tablespoon of allspice whole. Alright. And 1 tablespoon of the whole cloves. And what they did on the picture was they poked these into the orange. So that's what I'm going to do. This other orange. So I'm just going to poke these in the orange. Alright, so there you go. We'll pop that into the mixture. It says 1/2 cup of fresh cranberries and optional 1.5 cup of spiced rum. I've got some rum extract. I'm debating whether I'm going to add that to it or not. If I do it, I'll add that at the end. So what I'm going to do is put that on low, and we are going to cook that on low for about 6 to 8 hours. I'll see you in 6 to 8 hours. Okay, that's been going for 7 hours on low in the crock pot. And does that look delicious or what? It smells so festive. So let me reposition my camera. I'll be right back. Okay, so what I'm going to do for now, since I'm only going to do 1 tray just to see how this freeze dries, is we're going to put 4 cups, and I'm going to run it through this strainer to get anything out of there, like the cloves and that stuff. Alright, so that's 4 cups. We'll just take this and dump it back into the pot for now. We're going to let this cool, the crock pot cool down. We're going to let this cool down. Once this is 4 cups is cooled down, I will pour this into my tray while the tray is in the freezer. That way I don't spill it trying to get it to the freezer. So I'll do that off camera. But we'll leave this in for at least overnight till it's frozen solid. We'll see how that freezes up, and then we'll put it in the freeze dryer. I'll see you. Probably I'll take this out once it's frozen just to show you what it looks like. I'll see you. Okay, so I'm just getting ready to fire up Big Red. I wanted to show you that this did freeze solid, a little bit tacky, so be forewarned. Do this at your own risk, but I'm going to hope for the best, and we're going to put this in the freeze dryer. So I'm getting ready to fire up Big Red. Just wanted to show you this, and wish me luck. I'll see you when it comes out. Well, that is fantastic news. This is my mulled cider. Only did 1 tray because I didn't want to have to clean too much if it bubbled up, and it did not bubble up hardly any at all. So I'm going to package this up and put the other 3 trays in the freeze dryer. The way I'm going to package this is I'm going to get my Ziploc bag here. Let me reposition my camera. I'm going to take my Ziploc bag here, put the pieces in that. That ran about 40 hours. Most of my loads do. Ziploc that shut. Give it as much air as possible. A great little tip here, if you use the freezer bag like I do, when you're rolling that out, you will instantly see if there's any moisture in there. Whereas if you did this in a blender, you might not pick up any moisture. You might have little lumps in there and you not even know it. But by doing it that way, you can see that there's no moisture in there at all. So I got 3 more trays. That right there is 4 cups of cider. So I'm just going to put this in my jar here. And that is about one cup, according to the markings on my jar, of cider. So the formula would be 1/4 of a cup to 1 cup water to rehydrate, or thereabouts, to your taste. Alright, so I'm debating whether to put O2 absorbers in this, because that is mostly sugar, and you may know or may not know that O2 absorbers causes sugar to lump. So I'm debating whether to put an O2 absorber in that or not. We'll debate that, and I'll think I'll mull it over while I run those next 3 trays. In the meantime, I'm not going to. I'm just going to vacuum seal the jar. Alright, so I'll see you after those other 3 trays come out, and we'll do a taste test. Okay, so I ran those other 3 trays. So I'm going to get this all powdered up, then we'll do a taste test. Okay, that's what I ended up with in my jar. And the first load that I did of this, which was one tray, I did put an O2 absorber in there, and it did kind of go hard. I mean, I was able to break it up really easily with a long spoon, but I think I'm going to store this I'm going to vacuum the jar and not use an O2 absorber and see if that will keep it more powderized. I really don't know. But let's see how it tastes. We kind of worked out that it's about 1/4 of a cup of the powder to make a cup of mulled cider. In this case, mulled orange cider. Let's get a nice spoon. Let's get that all mixed up. Boy, the smell on this is just fantastic. Now, I have not added any sweetener to this, and that is kind of good. But I thought, I went on Amazon because I wanted to buy some individual packages of honey. But I thought that that would just be a really nice touch to put some honey in this. And I think that would just actually really make all the difference in the world. This is made in New Zealand, raw honey. It got kind of cold when it was delivered. as you can imagine with this big cold spell we're going through. And it never really softened up. But I could probably pop that in the microwave. But I'm just going to do it like that. They had some craft honey in the little sachets, but it wouldn't get here until after Christmas, and I wanted to try this before Christmas. So I ordered the more expensive New Zealand honey. But I will probably order some of that craft honey, pure honey. They come in a little sachet, kind of like ketchup does and all that. Just mix that up a little bit till that honey dissolves. Let's see what that adds to it. Oh yeah, that added a nice little subtle honey spice to that, honey seasoning to that. Kind of puts me in mind of my grandma Ernest. When we were very young, she used to mix up some apple cider vinegar and honey when we had a cold. Mix that together and warm it up. Of course, this doesn't have the tang of apple cider vinegar. It's got the sweetness and the spiciness of the mulled cider, an orange, and it's really, really nice. I am super happy with that. Let's see what happened with this fruit here. Well, the cranberries did get very soft from cooking them. Nothing to write home about though. Oranges. Those are pretty good. That was just a piece of the peel that I ate. That's pretty good. I'm wondering if it might be worth making some oranges up like that, because they freeze dried really easily. I don't know, what do you guys think about that? That orange came out really, really nice. And dry. And that peel is very edible now. Well, that's a bit of a surprise. But I'm super. This video is about my mulled orange apple cider. And it is perfect for a nice, cool night. Oh yeah. I'm enjoying that. So there you have it. That's a pretty great success from John and Bibbs. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.